I understand now that it was more you said it because you needed to say it.
Yeah.
Not that you were letting us know because...
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is very special. So not only do I have a very special guest on with me today, everyone shout out to Yasmin. I used to live with Yasmin in Dublin and she is Ayman's sister. You guys might know Ayman from like my Pride vlog, and I think he was in another video with me as well. So for today's video I am collaborating with Belong to Youth Services up in Dublin to bring you the Better Out Than In campaign. The Better Out Than In campaign encourages young people to come out and talk about their experiences and their feelings rather than holding them in and not talking at all. No matter how daunting it might seem, seeking help is always worth it. So today we're going to be talking about when I came out to Yasmin and her brother Ayman. Myself and Yasmin lived together for about a year up in Dublin just before I came out as transgender, and we became very, very close, and I now consider her like one of my best friends. She's like a sister to me. So I remember being upstairs in my bedroom. Yasmin and Ayman were downstairs watching something on the laptop, and I had just had enough. I had had a really crazy summer where I was drinking, I was using drugs. I remember feeling really anxious and really nervous about saying this to Ayman and Yasmin, that, you know, I think I might be transgender. And because the only people that I talked to was Chloe, my sister, and my mom, I was just thinking, like, what if they think I'm a freak? What if they don't accept it? What if they don't even believe me? Even though I thought they might have a clue, because in like, during the summer, really, I think it was mainly in the summer, I was going out dressed up in drag a lot. So I had my alter ego, Brittany, and I literally just lived vicariously like through her. Brittany was really a way for me to express my feminine side and to really kind of like emulate what I felt on the inside, you know? And like, I wasn't even performing or anything, I was just going out dressed up in drag. But I was still nervous because in my head I felt like you had come from quite a religious background. You know, you were brought up in a very Catholic household. You know what? They reacted as most best friends would, and they just said, you know what, we still accept you. Also, I remember you clearly saying like we kind of knew.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was you or Ayman.
Yeah. But I think it was the whole Britney thing anyway.
Yeah. I think that really
it wasn't
gave it
a big
away.
shock, like
No, yeah.
I didn't know, but it wasn't like, oh my god, what?
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a shock. Like,
Yeah.
it was just okay. Like, as in,
Yeah, and I think that was where I was kind of worried that there would be an overreaction, or that there would be a, you know, I don't know. I didn't know what to expect, really. You know, it was kind of scary. Like, definitely, like, after I said it to you, like, I felt like there was a weight lifted off my shoulders. So, like, I can't express to you how good it felt to get that off my chest, and to actually just tell one person, or two people in my case, just to sit them down and say, you know what, I think I'm transgender. Like, I feel like I want to go through with this, and, you know, I want people to start calling me a girl. In my head, I felt like that would aid how I was feeling on the inside. Just knowing that two of my best friends, people who I hung out with a lot, knew what I was about to be going through and what I was going through, just made things so much easier. Like, I was able to just be free in myself. The minute I told them, like, I literally stopped doing drugs. So all of that really did ease up, and I felt so good about myself. Even though I was walking around with a fucking wig, like, on, like,
you felt better about yourself.
I felt better,
yeah,
to be able to present as a feminine person rather than trying to be something that I wasn't. So Yasmin, how did you feel that I had confided in you?
I was kind of shocked because obviously we only knew each other, even though we lived, like, we only knew each other for a short amount of time, but because we lived together, we were really close. Like, we got really, really, like, around each other every day, obviously, because we were both so lazy and never left the house. When you told us, I thought you weren't really telling me. Well, even though I was there, I thought it was more just because we lived together and Ayman was there. But then, obviously, when you said it, I was just like, okay. It's not like if someone tells me they're gay or someone tells me whatever, it's just like, okay, I feel bad because I feel like you shouldn't have to tell someone. But then I understand that it wasn't for us, like, it was for you to have it, like, off your shoulders. I understand now that it was more you said it because you needed to say it.
Yeah.
Not that you were letting us know because, you know.
Because I felt like I had to let you know or anything.
That kind of way.
Yeah, yeah.
So at the time when you said, I was kind of like, obviously it was a shock, but obviously you did the whole drag thing for a while, so that made it less of a shock.
Yeah.
And then I was just, obviously I was okay with it, I was fine with it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but then I suppose the only one thing that came into my mind was, oh god, if this actually happens, like, the Jamie I knew will be gone and that it will be someone else. But that was the only one thing that I kind of like, I didn't say it because obviously I wasn't going to say it, like, but it's the one thing in the back of your head, you're like, oh, so this one person that I only ever got to know as Jamie the boy now will be gone, and it's going to be a whole different personality, a whole different person. But that wasn't the case at all.
And I think that's funny because I've heard a lot of different people say that. I know that to be other people's experiences of people coming out as trans, that they're afraid that they're going to lose that person, but in reality you're not losing that person. Like, that person might change for the better, like they're going to be a freer person. So how do you feel that you and Iman were like the first people outside of my family that I opened up to and confided in?
Well, obviously happy, because that meant that you considered me like really close to you, which I like. But yeah, and good, because it'd be horrible if you confided in someone and they weren't accepting. So the fact that we were so like comforting to you or like supportive, that's good, because that's what you needed.
Yeah, I did need that.
Like, obviously, like you said, I come from a very like Catholic family, but not crazy Catholic, but just you know, like my family would be quite religious, but I never would have like witnessed anything like, you know, like gay clubs or anything like that until I moved to Dublin. You like opened up this whole world to me, and I was like, what the hell? Like, there's so many people out there that, you know, it's just so normal, and it's not that I ever had anything against it, but it was just like, we're from a small little country. Like there's no, it's not like that. So I think if I was living at home still and someone walked in and was like, I'm trans, I'd be a bit more shocked. But the fact that I'd been opened up to this whole community like for a year, and I got to know so many people and some really good friends and stuff, obviously it was like, it was so normal. Like, it wasn't nothing, and it should be normal anyway.
How did you feel like about our relationship after I come out? Like, do you think it affected anything? As you said before, like, you felt that maybe like you'd lose the Jamie that you knew. But how do you think things progressed?
At the start, I feel it was kind of up in the air. Like, I didn't know what to say. You know, like initially when you said, I'm trans, whatever, it was like, oh, that's fine, we had a big talk or whatever. But then like days following, I remember being like very like stepping on edge, not in a bad way, but kind of like I didn't want to say anything that, you know, just like I felt like our usual conversation, stuff like that, you know, we'd always have a laugh and stuff like that, but I wanted to be like,
you were being careful,
sensitive, and I didn't know how. But I think I remember you like saying how you wanted things to go, like how you were like, oh, you know, you were like about like pronouns, stuff like that. I remember you explaining, because like I obviously would know nothing about this, and you explained all that kind of things, and like, you know, so I think that helped when we talked about it more. But other than that, it was good. Like, it was, you were more yourself then, and like, but you're the same. Like, that's the thing, you're the same person. Like, I was worried that you weren't going to be, but I don't look at you like, I look at you now and I don't even think of the old Jamie. Like, that's what I thought. I thought that I would constantly look at you as you are now and think, oh, where, like, I remember the old Jamie, you know, stuff like that. But it's not the case at all, because when I look at you, you are who I see. Like, you are Jamie.
So going into the future, if someone came out to you now as LGBT plus, like, what would your reaction be? What would you tell them to do?
It depends. So obviously the situation depends. Like, if it was someone I knew and they were comfortable and they, you know, they already had spoken to their family and they were just telling me, I would be like, okay, like, that doesn't change our relationship or anything like that. But then if it was someone who maybe was like looking for something, like was reaching out because they literally had nowhere to turn or whatever, I would talk to them, obviously, what I can do, but I would urge them to go and talk to someone else, talk to their family if they can, or talk to someone who is in a similar position maybe, because like when it comes to anything like that, it's better to speak out than to not say anything at all.
That's so true. It is better. So remember, like, guys, if you are struggling to come out, if you feel like you have nowhere to turn, if things are a bit mixed up inside your head and you don't really know what's going on, definitely reach out to a friend or a family member, or if you have no one around you that you feel like you can confide in. There are so many great organizations out there set up to help people all around the world of different ages and sexualities and genders, and Belong To is definitely a great one for our young Irish people. So if you feel like you need the support, definitely log on to www.belongto.org/Betteroutthanin. So you've heard about my coming out story and the first kind of person that I physically came out to, except for my sister Chloe, who's also transgender. So you have heard my coming out story. Now I would really love to hear yours. If you want to share, definitely do. There are so many different ways that you can share your stories with other people to inspire them and inspire them to come out, because there should be no shame in being who you are. Just remember to hashtag BetterOutThanIn so we can get this campaign going. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And remember to subscribe to my channel. Click that little bell button for notifications. And until next time, thanks for watching. Hope you guys are staying happy and healthy. Wishing you a fabulous and safe day.